Now that Star Wars Scouting Crew has come to end, let's talk about the lore implications. So this could be an explained video, but it's going to be a series video because there's going to be more speculation on said lore implications. But before I continue, if you haven't seen Scouting Crew, spoilers, and if you'd like to see my reviews, I'll link the playlist up in the cards, and my full series review will be coming out Friday, so go check that out when it drops. It's actually probably live right now if you are a channel member at the Jedi Knight tier Ohio. But now let's actually talk about the lore implications. Now this is actually my second version of this video. There were some things that occurred afterwards in terms of online discussion that made me decide to scrap the original video, but if you want to see that, you can become a channel member at the Jedi Knight tier as well, and you'll be able to see my original draft, my original recorded version of this video. Pretty much unedited, though there might be a little edits here and there, but my original thoughts. There's going to be some similarities here, but not all. But first, we need to kind of address how the show ended, so that way we can understand the lore implications going forward. So, the episode ends, they have been reconnected with the wider galaxy, the New Republic is there, and I presume they're going to be taking Jude into custody. It's unclear, we don't know, but we know the pirates have been defeated. So, I think the easiest lore implications is that the New Republic will be catching them up to speed on everything that's happened in the galaxy for the past probably 20 to 50 years minimum. We don't know exactly when the supervisor last was in contact with somebody outside the galaxy. We do know the supervisor droid learned of Order 66 in the broad sense that the Jedi were declared traitors of the Republic, but not much else was given. Like, did he know that the Jedi were being destroyed, that the Republic was transformed into the Galactic Empire? I don't think so, but I could be wrong about that. But let's assume that the last time At Attin received any transmission was right around the time of Order 66. The last transmission ever. Now the question is what does Palpatine, what does the Galactic Empire know of At Attin? Who knew about it? I'm thinking there's a very high chance that At Attin was kept as a very closely guarded secret. We know it was lost to time, therefore most of the people just think of it as legend, and the people who would have known about it had to have been a small, tight group. This also gets into a question about what was the Republic's currency. And the thing is, it's possible that way before the Clone Wars is when At Attin was lost, because as we see in the show, the credits being produced on At Attin, because they're authentic Old Republic credits, are worth a lot of money. Like, from my understanding, they actually might be worth more than their face value. And pirates seem to want this currency. But if we think way back to episode 1, Walter does not accept Qui-Gon's Republic credits. Why? My only theory on that is sometime, At Attin, while was in contact, the Republic decided to transition from basically, for lack of a better term, the gold standard or a silver standard, i.e. the currency is backed up by precious metal in the physical currency itself, to either something representing the value of the currency. So now this could allow much easier digital banking and all that, and electronic transfers, or they went to a total fiat currency. Both are possible. Now, if they went with still on a gold standard, but not using precious metals in the currencies anymore, then it's very possible that the reason At Attin stopped sending out deliveries of credits, but still making them, was because At Attin was basically the Fort Knox, was the precious metal credit reserves were kept by the Republic that were backing up their currency. So there's that, but that still doesn't explain why it seems like Palpatine might have been in the dark. Because let's remember, in the Clone Wars, Palpatine also seizes control of the banks. That's a whole story arc in the Clone Wars. If he had access to At Attin in its mint, why would he have needed to seize control of the banks? It doesn't make sense. Now, there is a concern about inflation by pumping out more currency, but if it's precious metal backed, as long as you're not devaluing, debasing the value of the currency, so by mixing in less precious metals, you generally won't have inflation as much. But if you're doing more of a gold standard type thing or a fiat currency, that stuff could be concern of inflation. Economists in the comment section, if I get any of this economic talk wrong, let me know. So because of that, that makes me think at some point the Republic didn't go to no longer precious metals or gold standard. Maybe they had gold standard at one time, but they decided to go with a true fiat currency. But the emissaries who collected the credits off of At Attin decided not to let At Attin know because they saw maybe the fiat currency system was going to be abandoned in short time, and therefore At Attin will return to its glory as the Republic Mint. They should just keep on making credits. It's possible. It's also very possible too that they did this and then they died off and didn't share that knowledge to anyone else. Was the emissaries Jedi Knight? I don't know, but that is a possibility. I'm thinking there might have been a good case in the original captain of the Ankh was a Jedi who became a pirate because he wanted to get rich off of At Attin. That's my working theory there, but that's a minor low implication. So, all this speculation together makes me think this. Originally, the old Republic's currency was based off of precious metals, and the values of credits was based off of what precious metals and the combination of in the physical currency itself. At some point, they decided to abandon that system for a system of basically paper money. So the physical currency itself has no value except for what is assigned to by the government, by the Republic itself. So a 1 credit value credit and a 10 credit value credit, the credits themselves might be cost-wise exactly the same, but one has a 1 on it and the other has a 1-0 on it, and that's what determines their value. The only question in my mind is it a gold standard type thing or a fiat currency. Both would work for keeping At Attin around. Fiat would mean more of a conspiracy, while gold standard means it's still there, they just don't need to collect the credits anymore. Either or could be work, but I kind of like the idea that it was turned into a true fiat currency, and the emissaries, because they like the idea of a mint and precious metal or at least a gold standard type system, didn't let At Attin know, and eventually they died off, and an increasing smaller and smaller pool knew about it, and that excluded most of the Republic governance and eventually came to the point where it's forgotten. I also have a theory too that at one time At Attin had a Jedi stationed on the planet at all times. There's no evidence to back this, but this would mean that they would be monitoring Jedi frequencies. And if there was one on At Attin, or if the supervisor droid just had access to those frequencies, then the supervisor droid would pick up the message sent out by the 501st Invader after Order 66 from the Temple, saying the false message that was luring the Jedi into the trap. Then the droid would have then picked up Obi-Wan's message that the Jedi Order has fallen and all that was correcting that information to the Jedi. And that is, I think I really like that idea, because that would keep them truly ignorant of what was going on with the Republic. And so therefore when Jude showed up claiming to be a Jedi and the emissary of the Republic, the droid knew one if or both of those things were a lie based off of the last information it received. We know that for a fact. I really do like the idea that the droid knew maybe both those statements was a lie, but was keeping that information hidden in secret from the people of At Attin, so that way if somebody came lying, it could catch them in order to protect At Attin, which I think was its primary objective. And we don't know what Jude was going to say, because Fern rightfully said that he's lying about both. But if Jude claimed he was a Jedi, then the droid could then question, claim he was a Jedi and not an emissary of the Republic, then, well, the last message I received also said that the Republic had fallen. Oh no, it doesn't matter. I think some way with that information, the supervisor droid knew that Jude was lying, was just trying to catch him up on it, but the lie was revealed. That's all the background lore, and there's probably stuff I missed because there's so much lore implications there. Meanwhile, there are implications going forward. How is this going to affect the New Republic, this potential influx of credits? We don't know what kind of economic system the New Republic runs on besides capitalistic. But more importantly, we don't know what kind of monetary system. Is it a gold standard? Is it a fiat currency? Is it an exchange of currencies made of precious metals themselves? All those have different economic implications with the adding of At Attin. If it's a fiat currency, all those credits on At Attin, the billions upon trillions of credits that are probably in their vaults, would, no matter what, a uncontrolled release of those credits would lead to rapid and uncontrolled inflation, even if the currency was, based off of precious metals themselves. Just having a greater supply of them will thus make them less valuable, creating inflation. The economic implications of this is part of the law implications, and it is drastic. Now, so they're smart, they'll probably do more of a controlled release, but an influx of cash could be really good for the Republic. We know that while they downsize the military, they still try to keep technologically going forward based off of how they got a new model of X-Wing in Star Wars Resistance that's even newer than what the Resistance was using, which was already a newer model than what the Rebellion was using. So that implies that they've been doing, at least, while keeping a small military, trying to keep it elite, professional, and well-equipped. And maybe having currency could help them address more of the pirate issue. But the thing is, there is so much economic implications of it. It almost deserves its own video with a real economist talking about it, because there is just so much potentially catastrophic economic problems At Attin reconnecting to the galaxy could end up with. Catastrophic inflation. It could be really bad if they don't do it correctly. So it's interesting to see how that develops, because the implications of that are crazy. But the smaller implications of, they gotta learn what's going on in the galaxy. They're gonna be shocked probably about the empire that Alderaan is gone, which the kids didn't know about. So there is so much shocking stuff, but most of the implications are about At Attin's past and about the economic implications on the galaxy. So that's where I'm going to end this video. Let me know your thoughts on any of these lore and economic implications in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching my video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like and share. Also, consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date on all my latest content. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. May the Force be with you, always.